Hi guys, infodetrader.com, king of Deriv automations. So you are here because you wanna learn on how to make Deriv binary bots. So you are in the right place. So the requirements for creating a bot in Deriv is choose a market, either over, under, even, odd, rise and fall, high and lower, or accumulators. Then have a strategy on the same market, and then you build your bot. So go to the ebot.deriv.com. Then you land on this page. Go to bot builder. When you are on bot builder, make sure you reset your bot builder. After you have reset your bot builder, then select your thread type. For my case, I will be making a bot for digits that's under the over under market, and I will be measuring on over 2. I will start with a simple approach whereby if the last digit is 0, trade over 2. We will start with that simple strategy, then we will advance as we go on. So go to your left panel. So there you can see trade parameters, purchase conditions, sell conditions, restart trading conditions, analysis, and then utility. So for analysis, you have the option for indicators, candle analysis. This is where I'm interested in. So when you click on candle analysis, you can see you have the option to choose on. You can have access to last tick, last digit, current start list, tick list, and all this. Now that you know where you can get the tools or the stats, we have the utility part. Utility part is just it will give you the options to create a logic from the stats or a code block. Now, what do I mean by that? For our case, our strategy is to when the last digit hits 0, we trade on over 2. How do we get that? How do we know that the last digit was 0? Now, come to variables. You create your variable. When you create your variable, you can say my last digit. You drag your variable to purchase conditions. Then go to a variable must have a value. So my last digit means I'm trying to know the last digit before I place a trade. So go to tick and candle analysis, select drag your last digit. Then now that you have your last digit, you know your last digit. Then how do I check if my last digit is 0? Come to utility, then go to logics. Now you are trying to build your logic. Select your if statement. Now I'm trying to see if my last digit is equals to 0. Then you go again to your logic. You pick your compare block. Now I want to compare my last digit with 0. So if it's the same, it means this purchase condition should be inside here. If else, it just skips the tick. Now you pick your variable, my last digit, and then go to math. Math deal with numbers. That means anything with numbers, you go to the math utility. You can do calculation, you can do logs, you can anything with math. So if my last digit is equals to 0, then we trade over. Now we were through to trade on over 2. So our prediction here is 2. Simple. Then we can run our bot. Now we can run our bot and wait for it. So if it hits on 0, we trade on. If my last digit is 0, yeah, we trade on over 2. So let's wait for it to run at least for 3 runs. Then we can create an advanced strategy where if the last 3 digits are less or equals to 2, then we trade again over 2. Yeah, so 3 runs, 2 over 2, 2 wins, 1 loss. Now we can advance a little by checking on the last 3 digits now. So how do we check on the last 3 digits? So we check on the last 3 digits by accessing the last digit list. So so we can remove all these conditions, just reset as it was. We create a variable, we say last 3 digits. Now that we have our variable, you drag, then you select. It will select the first one by default, but you must select whatever you want. Then a variable need a value. So far you know that. So we go to a list. So we are picking from a list. So you go to a list from utility where you can do anything to a list. Go to create a sublist. So when you are on the sublist, pick on last digits. Don't pick on tick list. Tick list means there are prices for rise and fall. So pick on last digit list. These are 1,000, and we want the last 3. So from the sublist of 1,000, pick from the end. How many from the end? You pick your math tool. Yeah, how many from the end? 3 from the end. And then you say, yeah, from the last 3. Simple as that. So what you can do, let me disable this. There's no option. Now we want to check if this last 3 is less or equals to 2. Then if all meet the condition, we trade. We come to logic. We pick, no, it's not logic. We come to a loop. We want to loop. Let me plug my PC. Now we have 2 options. You can check directly from the digits, but that's an advanced level. So I will pick a loop. So a loop for each loop. Now we have the loop. We are looping on the last 3 digits. So we have the last 3 digits here. So if the last 3 digits, so if we are looping, so each time we get into these purchase conditions, we get the last 3 digits, then we loop through. So if it's 2, 3, 1, we come, I will be 1, 2, 1, 3. Simple as that. So while we are looping it, we check it. And to check it, we pick the compare tool. So now, under variable, we have I, because when you add the code block for each item, it adds its variable I. That means when we are looping, I is assigned to each digit on that specific loop. Now, if I is greater than 2, that means it should not thread. And that means we should have a variable for true or false. Should thread. We create a variable. So before we get into the loop, set your should thread, and then come to logic. We pick on should thread. Should thread is true. Then if it's greater than 2, should thread, you copy, you paste, should thread is equals to false. Now, for us to thread, we just pick on our if statement. We check if your variable should thread is true, we thread. Simple. Now, clear your stats, and then we just to be visible, and then you continue. So we wait for our bot. That's it. Simple. You have your XML bot which thread over 2 on checking the last 3 digits if they are less or equals to 2. So for our next video, we will get more advanced, and then also check on the option for a contract type both. So that means we will each analysis for over and under. It will be threading both over and under. So let's wait for it to run at least 3 runs. So a bot should be a way to automate your strategy. Yeah, you should not have a bot then have start again manual analysis, where you just depend on analysis tools from others and you already have the strategy. So if you have any strategy you want us to automate, comment links or send me a DM. Links are on the bio. The bot is taking a little longer to load the 3 runs, so I will paste the XML bot on my Telegram channel, and see you next time, guys. Peace out.